Welcome into another episode of the Inside the Ice House podcast, our first episode of 2026. And today we are joined by John Gray, President and COO of Blackstone. Over the course of our conversation, we hit on a number of topics, including all things Blackstone, the company's 40-year history, his own journey, and so much more. Enjoy the conversation.
John, so happy to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us inside the Ice House.
It's great to be here with you, Lance. This is a beautiful space.
Yeah, I was going to say, first and foremost, I do want to acknowledge on our end that this is one of the first recordings in the new NYC studio. Obviously, a huge thanks to everyone who made it possible, but I think I'd agree with you for sure. This is a really cool and unique space to do a podcast. I mean, it's got the screens behind you, all these cameras, soundproof studio. Really is a really cool place to do a podcast. Now, John, 40 years for Blackstone is a remarkable milestone for any company, but especially one that's helped shape the global financial landscape. You've been a part of the journey for 33 of those years. How does it feel celebrating this anniversary, not just as a leader, but as someone who's obviously grown alongside the organization?
Well, it's a reflective moment, not something we tend to do pretty well. We tend to look forward a lot, and that starts with Steve Schwarzman. We're always thinking about we're at base camp, how we can go higher. But to stop at a time like this and look down makes a bit of sense. And it's incredible. I mean, you know, when Pete Peterson and Steve Schwarzman started the firm, they had $400,000 in the dream of building, at that time, an advisory firm and ultimately getting into the investment side. When I joined 7 years later, the firm had 75 people. It had $750 million in assets under management. Today, it's a company that manages $1.25 trillion. It's got a market cap of $175 billion. It's got 27 offices around the globe. I feel like in the last few weeks, I've been at most of them. And it's got amazing people, and it's got this incredible reputation too, that people trust us to be a steward of their capital. And so, and what I find fascinating is when I joined the firm, every meeting you had to tell people what Blackstone was. And today, of course, everyone knows them, this incredible brand, ability to attract people, to raise capital, to build businesses. But the thing that when I step back and look at it all collectively, what makes me most excited is that the core values that really started the firm, the idea of operating at very high standard in terms of integrity, constantly striving for excellence in everything we do, attracting and retaining great people, delivering for customers in our business in the form of returns, having a real meritocracy, all the things, and having people who are genuinely nice to one another, all those core values have carried through to today. So even though we're a much bigger firm, it's still run like the same small business and still a lot of the same values. And so that's what makes this, I think, particularly special.
And you said it. Everyone knows the name Blackstone. When people hear it, they often think scale, they think influence, they think performance. But beneath the numbers, you obviously mentioned sort of a deeper ethos to what Blackstone really is. How do you keep those same core values, those same principles when you scale as much as Blackstone has from 40 years ago all the way to today?
Well, I think it's really about the culture and keeping people connected.